Hi guys, how are we doing? This is Alvin Mark here. Welcome back to the studio. I know some of you have seen my recent posts on my 2017 trip to Hong Kong. Well, I have my sketchbook right here in front of me and we're gonna do a flip through of all the sketches that was made. A good point to know here was that my ink ran out and my good friend Pat gave me some Noodler's bulletproof ink to try out. So this was all done using Noodler's ink on a Fude nib fountain pen. This is a mandatory sketch while waiting for my flight at Changi Airport. And this is the sticker. I'm pretty sure you saw this. The Urban Sketches from Hong Kong gave this to me and I actually applied it at the cafe, Common Room Cafe, during my first meetup with them. This was just something that was inspired on the way there, a stamp but with the Chinese characters Hong Kong and also the background and also the English words Hong Kong back there. Some of the snacks that I had on my Tiger Airlines trip. So I had ice cream, had some Japanese coffee, it came with some biscotti and Cadbury chocolate bar. This is the first time I decided to sketch when the passengers were coming up on board the plane. So this documents what actually happens with some of the passengers still loading their luggages up in the storage compartment above them. I had to have another cocoa water juice because I was really dehydrated. This was some guy on the other side that I had to sketch while he was taking a nap. It was an early morning flight. I arrived at 10 in the morning. This was the first thing that captured my attention. This replica of the Spirit of Sha Tin. They said that this was like the first airplane that took off from Hong Kong and they made a replica and it sits at the Chek Lap Kok International Airport in Hong Kong. This was a quick taxi ride into the city and my first dessert. It's a pomelo with ice cream and mango and shaved ice. Yeah. So these are all stamps that I found around Hong Kong and this one is obviously stickers from Disneyland, which is coming right up. I just love the ice cream van. I think the ice cream van concept is inspired by the ice cream trucks in the UK. When I started seeing this line forming, I said, hey, you know what, I'm going to make a sketch out of it. And I think for some of you who have my Moo card, this is one of my calling card. This is my first proper meal there while in Hong Kong for dinner. I just want to say that the food there is excellent. Even though you are a hawker vendor, you prepare food as if you are a chef in a Michelin star restaurant. Yeah, it's all great. These are some sketches that I made during my commute ride, the MTR. More food. This one is at Honolulu Cafe and this one is the popular Portuguese egg tart at Tai Chong Bakery. This one I'm really proud of. I made this sketch at Gage Street of a butcher. The image is right here and when I came back 6 months later, the butcher was gone. They were redeveloping the entire area. So I was just really happy that I captured this scene and this is what I feel urban sketching is all about, documenting things before they go. So this is Space Mountain. Welcome to Disneyland. This is a coffee and tea vending stall in Disneyland. This is a bakery in Disneyland. If you want to see the inside, you can see in the Disneyland video that I just posted up. More food that I had. This one is at Hung Lee, a place called Hung Lee. I really love dining at the Cha Chan Teng in Hong Kong. It's like cafe canteen style-ish. This one, I don't know why I left it here, but I think I wanted this page to be in color. So that's why I left this other sketch of Mystic Manor. This ride was formerly Haunted Mansion, and I think they turned it into Mystic Manor with a whole brand new concept, but with the same building and ride structure. This is the famous Mark's noodles that everyone knows of in Singapore, and an early morning scrambled eggs and toast with milk pudding. I get so excited when I see the signs, the street signs, especially when you're in the central area, so I had to make a sketch out of it. Another cha chan teng, and I really love the trolley buses that move around in the central area of Hong Kong. Suiwa is in Singapore, but I just had to try it over there to make sure that it is authentic. Really love the design of it. This is Bruce Lee right here. This is a street side tailor that I captured in the central area. I think this was like a noodle snack with an egg, sitting on it. This was at the south side that I stayed in, and this is like the dining area. Really neat place when you're at the south side of the island. Overlook, that's what it's called. I'm at Graham Street, and there are lots of eateries and back alley hawkers or restaurants, and it's a really fun place to check out the local cuisine or the local food that residents and the local people of Hong Kong go to for their meals. This is a ramen ya, also around Graham Street, that I recommend. I remember seeing this on Elgin Street, and it looks like a makeshift coffee shop, and I remember the lady in charge, or the lady that was taking orders, she was quite a tough lady. She was yelling at people, I think to a point where she saw me sketching and she was wondering what I was doing, and she was yelling at me too. So this ends the end of the year 2016, moving on to 2017, early 2017. More train MTR sketches, and this one I checked out the cupping room. During this time, this period, I was working on my book La Copie, the first edition, so I was also exploring all the different cafes and coffee shops in Hong Kong. This was from the cupping room. Just really interesting, the name of it. Cupping is a method of testing coffee where baristas test coffee, the quality of coffee. So it's a really neat name that they have named this place. Some random people in commute. I think I'll add more when I head back to Hong Kong at some point. A typical egg waffle that you will see a lot. Do try that. More cha chan teng. This one is at Hung Lee again. This is where I met the Urban Sketchers, and we're at the Sham Shui Po area. This one is of a leather, really authentic vintage leather shop. I think I sketched this because of all these hanging shop signs that was dangling. Really interesting. I had to visit Bing Sat. It's a collaboration by Goods of Desire and Starbucks, and you will find this in the video that I created called Hong Kong Day 1. This is on Fuk Wah Street, a street vendor. Curry fish balls, I think. The food is just so yummy. Either that or I was just really hungry after all these sketches. So this is the coffee machine at Overlook Southside, a place that I went to quite a bit. It's called MX, Maxim. So it's like a premium version of cha chan teng. The food is really good and the prices are really decent. This is at the Grand Aquarium at Ocean Park. It was really pretty. It's almost like people sitting down and they're just observing how all the fish would be swimming above them. There's a glass panel and all the fish are on the other side of the glass, obviously. This guy looks like he's wearing a sombrero, but it's actually a manta ray that's swimming past him or in front of him. So back at Disneyland again, I bought the Magic Access Pass, which grants me access as many times as I want within a year. The cost of it is less than the price of 2 tickets. So this is Toy Story Land, Main Street, Fantasyland, Adventureland, where the Jungle Boat Cruise is. I love this so much, this ride. Back at Graham Street again, at that Japanese ramen place. And that's it, folks. Thank you for joining me. I hope to be able to head back to Hong Kong and sketch some more. Thank you for joining me this episode. Until the next show and tell, this is Alvin Mark from Alvin Mark Studio. Ciao, guys.